What a
Georgie.
surprise! Well, it's Nigel, our Dunham & Miller foreign exchange student from Great Britain.
Hello, Georgie.
Hi, Nigel. It's me, too. Over here, Craig,
Hi.
see?
Georgie, thank you
Nigel.
ever so much for letting me stay at the Dunham & Miller house here in the States.
No
the
such
people
thing.
there are quite nice.
There's no such place.
They hang me upside down by my knickers and spank me backside until I vomit. But I think they do it out of love, Georgie.
What else?
However,
Nigel, I'd like to welcome you to the show. It's always good to see you, and it's good to see that you're growing up after getting out of that bad environment in Britain.
thank you, Georgie. They do let me eat all manner of treacle and sticky buns and candy-coated green apples at the Dunham & Miller house, so I'm quite appreciative of that.
That's great that they give you that at a place that
I
doesn't
want to
exist.
learn sport, Georgie!
God.
Teach him sport,
I
George.
want to learn sport so I can be a big-time BBC broadcaster like you, Georgie. Or shall I call you Sweetie Dirty Pants?
If you'd like to die, sure. Tell me that.
You're not going to do that to a kid, George.
not a
I have
kid.
a question for you, Georgie.
He's
What?
12 years
Tell
old.
me about the Byron Nelson, Georgie. Respond to my interrogative so I shall enjoy knowledge of sport.
Well, I'd try to answer it, but every time I try to answer one of your stupid questions, you cut me off, so I'm not even going to say a thing.
Who is the banana-colored man who beat the tiger, Georgie? Why is he south of the 38th parallel?
I think he's from Japan, and I don't know if I'd call him banana-colored.
I want to move on to another sport now, Georgie, as I've
See?
absorbed all you have to say about that one.
See, George, you
That's all I have
bored
to
him.
say about that.
The Dallas Mavericks are certainly going into the dustbin, Georgie.
Maybe, yeah, they're down 3-1.
The chocolates are now playing as bad as the vanillas these days.
What do you mean by that?
Why do they pass around the large pumpkin sponge cake with such zeal, Georgie?
Answer
I
him,
guess it's
George.
the NBA, you got to move.
I'm in, Georgie! Timmy, Georgie, so I can quit being a chimney sweep and get a cushy job puppeteering the Copper City Council like you.
Don't do that.
Oh! Georgie!
What?
Change me, Georgie.
Oh, he had an accident.
I have a wet nappy.
He had an accident, George. Change him.
Please,
that
Georgie,
young.
change me. I'll pull off my knickers and hold my legs up for you. Come on, hand my
Help
legs
him,
up,
George.
Georgie.
He's
my
a
knickers
kid.
Are down. Please handle my bad bum.
So what else?
Please, Georgie, comfort me. I'm about to cry. Put a dummy nipple in my pie hole, Georgie.
Jeez. Go ahead, ask another question about sport.
Are the Rangers in the loo again this year, Georgie?
The what?
Are the Rangers in the loo again?
Does that mean last place?
No, it means the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
How is the A-Rod doing, Georgie?
Well, he's doing quite well, actually. He's one of the best players
He
in the league.
reminds me of a chocolate
God.
swirl topped with a tangerine dream bar with creamy buttered scones with a cup of Earl Grey, Georgie.
Such a
That's
Monty
great.
Python character.
Do you agree with my findings, Georgie?
On A-Rod?
Yes.
No, not really. It's just a...
Push me in my pram and slap me bum, Georgie.
Do what he wants, George.
I'm not touching him.
Georgie,
He's like 28.
Georgie, will you have an intimate discussion with me now, Georgie? A girl
Well,
at
we're
the
on the
Dunham-
air, so I don't know how intimate
A
it
girl
can
at
be.
the Dunham Miller house has become quite forward with me physically, Georgie.
Oh, no.
She wants to touch my tinkle stick and have me touch her cream puffs, Georgie.
Oh.
It scares me, Georgie.
George, it's time to have that
shit,
talk with him.
You seem to be well into your 20s. By now,
Every
you should have
time
kissed
she
the girl.
wants me to engage in this sort of activity, all I can think about is snuggling in your bosom, Georgie, where I feel safe.
You've never done that
George,
before,
have the
and you
birds
never
and
will.
bees speech with him. It's time for that
He's
speech.
How does it
28.
work?
He's 12.
How are babies born, Georgie? You seem to impregnate that wife of yours awfully quite often.
Tell
Only
him,
3
George.
times, sir.
That's enough, Georgie. I have to go now, Georgie.
No,
I have
please,
to
don't
move my
go.
things into your chalet where you reside with your lovely wife, Kelly,
Yeah.
and all the results of impregnation that you
Oh,
have.
good. You're going to adopt him. It's about time.
No, I'm not
Congratulations,
gonna
Nigel.
Please, sweetie, daddy pants, be my daddy.
Yeah.
Be my daddy.
Be my daddy, Georgie. I have to go now. I'll
Oh.
go coloring in your cubicle until you're finished talking sport. Bye, Georgie.
Goodbye, Nigel.
Bye, Georgie.
So Dunham & Miller foreign exchange student Nigel.
All right, the new Sports Illustrated is out, and on the cover,
Hi, Dad. Mike Tyson.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, Dad.
A picture of him with a big
Squishy.
smile with several teeth missing and some gold. And his head leaned back, and in big letters it says, Monsters Ball. Mixing self-hatred, sly smiles, and murder threats, Mike Tyson prepares for his heavyweight smackdown with Lennox Lewis.
That's how I prepare for my marriage.
So we've talked about all of this stuff with Tyson recently and how he just wants us to talk about him, and he's a shock heavyweight champ.
I normally don't do interviews with women unless I fornicate with them. So you shouldn't talk anymore.
And how he says all this.
That was a Tyson quote. That wasn't a Norm quote. That was a Tyson quote.
I think that's from a reporter's little recorder who was interviewing Norm for a school paper.
Now, that was Tyson's latest gag that he did to the guy who used to ride with 4-star telegrams. Now it's
Josie Karp.
Josie Karp, yeah.
A jury in Houston has sentenced the Texas rapper known as South Park Mexican to 45 years in prison for actually assaulting a 9-year-old girl.
Oh, my God.
You're so bleeping dumb you can't tell one Mexican from another.
What the heck was that from?
I don't know.
The singer, whose real name is Carlos Coy, could have received life in prison from the same jury that convicted him of aggravated sexual assault of a child. He says that not only that girl, but all the other 10 kids or so that have come up against him,
Pardon me?
have come against him in court.
Right.
Good Lord.
Tell me, man.
Have been swayed by the prosecution, by saying, oh, come on, y'all testify against this guy. So he's claiming he's being really persecuted here. ABC News has announced that George Stephanopoulos, you remember him from Sesame Street?
Right?
Yeah.
He was the big
No,
elephant
that's
looking thing.
Snuffleupagus.
Oh. He will be the solo anchor of the struggling This Week television show. He will replace Cokie Roberts and Sam Donaldson.
You're so bleeping dumb you can't tell one Mexican from another.
Yesterday, we were talking about that show that aired on ABC. It was a repeat, but it was interesting because I didn't see it the first time, on the in crowd and on bullies and how kids are bullied at school. Well, we started wondering whatever happens to bullies. You know, do they end up in prison or do they end up successful? Well, we got a bully on the air. We had to disguise his voice because he wanted to remain anonymous, but he talked about being a bully as a kid and how the tables had turned on him as an adult. So, good morning, former bully. How are you?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us and sharing your story. I know it's a very painful one to tell.
I was a very big bully in school.
Uh-huh. What'd you do, physical or mental
I
abuse?
was a terror, and now I feel it has come back to roost.
Okay, now
I was so bully strong. I could not see straight.
Yeah. Well, this is interesting because we were wondering a while ago what happens to bullies once they become adults. Or do they succeed, or are they in prison, or how's it turned out for you?
Let us begin with the beginning.
Okay.
It started off with simple name-calling. Stupid and fatso soon turned into smelly pants and dirty AIDS man.
Huh.
Then I got into the harder stuff like mother lover
Oh, gosh.
and the most vicious of all names, Randy Galloway starter kit.
Oh.
I told someone that
Oh,
once.
gosh.
That's terrible.
Yes. I was always stealing other children's lunch money
That's bad.
and then using it to buy medieval torture devices
Wow.
Oh.
Boy,
to use on those same kids.
This is what grade now?
About second.
Gosh.
Sometimes it would take me a whole week to run down a medieval rack or an Iron Maiden torture device before I could return to the schoolyard and exercise my craft.
gosh, you were evil.
How'd you get those items into school?
I would often push kids down into the dirt. Then I got more extravagant in my dirt preference.
Uh-huh.
At first, I would import some Coppell blacktop soil. Then I moved on to Mississippi mud. Then I got really kinky and began importing Indian monkey dung to fling on some of the smaller children.
Oh, gosh.
But the larger children, I would submerge into a handcrafted tank of yak waste.
That's very elaborate.
But now the tide has turned.
So now you're being picked on?
I am the butt of all my office pranks.
Oh, no.
Let me be a lesson to you if you are a bully.
A bully?
A coworker recently pranked me by slashing my car tires, bulldozing my home after burning down my mama's house.
Oh, wow.
Terrorism, that's not a prank.
He did this for April Fools.
It's not a joke.
I also have my sack lunch stolen every day and replaced with putrid hot dogs that have been sitting out in the sun behind Larry Allen's house all day.
What?
That's weird.
I also get enemas from Dat Win on an hourly basis.
All right.
It's okay if we talk about where you work. You do work.
I wish not to identify where I
Oh,
work.
okay. All right.
Dave Campo holds me down and pushes dirty air out of his body onto my head face. It's so horrible and so Italian.
Oh, that's awful.
Nobody respects me. I'm a joke in my job and personal life. I even changed my appearance dramatically to gain acceptance.
Oh, okay.
But I can't believe what an incredible thing.
Oh, my God, what's happening here?
Oh, wait, we're losing our voice machine.
Oh, my God. Holy cow.
Yeah, turn
Turn
it
off
off.
your
Turn it
mic.
off. Never mind. Yeah, that's okay.
Let's
Well,
just pretend we didn't hear that.
that was our deep throat informant on being a bully and what his life was.
Let's listen to this liner. I've never heard him say chicken, but you claim that you heard him say it.
Oh, there's no question he did it.
All right. I never listened to Bob and Dan on the ticket.
Never listen to Bob and Dan on the truth. Is that what you said?
Right.
You ready to go?
Oh, okay. Start it over again. Hold stop. So, you said you're right. After he said chicken, you go, yeah. He said it very clearly.
I thought you agreed with him because I thought you wanted him to say that.
Well, from now on, maybe I will.
What could be funnier than
Sports radio, the chicken. Start it all in the beginning, because I want to hear him say chicken to Bob and Dan on the ticket.
Never listen to Bob and Dan on the chicken. Is that what you said?
Right. Well, you said right
You
too,
ready to
Bob.
go?
Oh, I wanted him to say it. I knew what he was saying.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah. I'm rubbing my hands together over here.
Listen how long it takes him to get to do this line. Old time.
5, 4,
Old time radio.
3. Please don't rustle the paper. 2, 1.
He puts on his acting face. Freddy Krueger.
You don't know who this is? This is Al Lewis, Grandpa Munster. Yeah, don't ask me what I do, but I can tell you what I don't do. I never listen to Bob and Dan on the chicken. Never, 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 never. Emma, turn that dial off. They're on now.
So vaudeville.
Yeah!
You got it. Yeah, baby! Thank you.
See you, Grandpa. That was an
Thank
outstanding.
you.
See you, Grandpa. All right. That's a first in chicken history right there.
You ready?
San Diego chicken. Who's that?
Is that Freddy Krueger?
It's the same voice.
Yeah, it sounds
You ready?
Robert England here, a.k.a. Freddy Krueger, and I never...
All right, the chicken became the chicken. You know how successful radio stations will have some kind of an animal mascot? The real successful ones. You know, you got the wolf.
Yep.
We used to have the buzzard in Cleveland.
True.
The chicken. The flame-throwing sports chicken.
Yeah, sports. Didn't really have the personality one would hope for, but...
Why not? The
No,
chicken covers the Rangers.
Well, if he picks games, that'd be gold.
In fact, didn't he give us a chicken drop earlier?
What do you mean?
Didn't he say, does a chicken defecate?
Yeah.
Or rooster or something.
All right, well,
No, I didn't know what we were going to accomplish with Grandpa Munster, and I'm not sure we do know what we accomplished with Grandpa Munster, but
that could come up again on Friday. A very late entry into our Bad Radio birthday show. Please go to theticket.com.
USC.
All right, we'll move on down here and maybe talk to the recovering Catholic who smoked about half a pack since I've been here. Let me see if I can find him. Oh, no, I think he may have left us already. All right, some of the other signs here. This one I thought was particularly clever. It is the big red circle with the line through it, you know?
Right.
And it says, priest who pray, P-R-A-Y, and the A's marked out, and they put an E above it.
That is
Kind of clever.
Yeah.
Kind of clever. Now, this is a very confusing sign here by this guy who's got long hair, wearing like a fishing cap, somewhat disheveled. He has a sign that reads, doctors opposing circumcision.
Okay.
A little bit different issue here.
In the wrong place.
How you doing? We're live on Sports Radio 1310 The Ticket here in Dallas. And now your sign is not about priest molesting or any kind of thing like that. It's about circumcision. Why?
Because circumcision is a form of sexual abuse that's perpetrated against babies and young children. And it goes on in Catholic hospitals all across the country.
Yeah. And are you circumcised?
Yes, I am.
And do you feel abused because of it?
I feel that it was an imposition that was forced on me without my consent.
You didn't sign a form?
No, nobody asked me about it, and I think...
How old were you when you were circumcised?
An infant. I think it's something that should not be forcibly imposed on another human being who's unable to give his consent.
Has your sexual life suffered as a result of this circumcision?
Yes, absolutely.
In what way?
Radical desensitization and impotence, and I'm over 40. It's something that gets worse with age. As you get older, it starts to get worse. A lot of younger people don't realize the effects of it.
So you were impotent?
Essentially, right now.
What do you mean essentially? I mean,
not completely impotent, but for the most part.
It takes a lot to get it to happen? Like if you use sandpaper, or, I mean, how desensitized?
Well, I can't feel anything, all right? I can't, I've got no feeling, all right? And it's because the glands, it has very few nerve endings in it. The part they amputate is the most heavily innervated part of the anatomy, of the sexual anatomy.
As have you considered popsicle sticks?
Have you, but I mean, you can get a correction, if you understand what I'm saying.
It's basically irreversible. You cannot reverse the amputation.
No, I know you can't reverse the amputation. I guess I'm asking more about, but you can become aroused. You're just saying that you're having problem, you know, making it vomit.
Well, basically, I just look at it as being a human rights issue, and the operation was declared non-therapeutic by the American Medical Association in the year 2000.
Have you sought to recover your foreskin, or?
Well, there's what they call foreskin restoration. I've tried it, and you know, basically my mutilation is very extreme. So there's really no way for me.
More than just take the foreskin.
No, it's just a normal
5 and 6.
No, it's just a standard mutilation that most American men have. There's really nothing special about me except that I'm willing to talk about it. I'm sure there are lots of listeners out there who know what I'm talking about.
Okay, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
There was Gordo out there yesterday at the Bishops' Convention. Well, it sounded like a wild scene on that street.
Oh, yeah, it was. You ever see Contact?
Yeah.
The movie when they think the end of the world's going to come and all the people are approaching signs and stuff?
Yeah.
It felt like that.
Yeah, it sounded like that.
All right, 5:57 here on Sports Radio 1310 The Ticket.
He comes from a distant land, a mystical place. He's got a list of questions and a dumb look on his face. But when you try and answer, much to your surprise, you'll be lucky if you get a word in edgewise. He's the interrupter. He's the interrupter. interrupter. He's the interrupter. He's the interrupter. The interrupter.
Well, I guess the sounds of cash mode means we and the interrupter. How you doing?
The Utah Jazz,
play
Greg.
basketball.
Yes, they do. And I applied my craft on one Greg Ostertag.
He's a big guy.
He's a very big guy.
He's a big galoot.
Now, Obvious Man said he was a good candidate.
A what?
A big galoot.
A big galoot.
Oh, I thought he said galook.
I think I did. That's not what it is? It is for me.
It's a galoot.
Galoot?
Yes, with a T,
Okay.
I think.
Don't worry about it. I make that mistake all the time.
Do you really?
Those guys make fun of you on this show.
I know
man.
they do.
It's uncool.
They do. They don't respect me. But he's from Duncanville. I know I said that right.
Yes,
Yes.
he's the Duncanville Giant.
Now, Obvious Man caught up with him, and so he's the one who tipped me off saying this guy would be a good one.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So you're kind of working in conjunction with him some these days?
Y'all have
Yeah.
quite a network, don't you?
We're all under the overcusser, but, you know, we all hang out
Is he
together.
cocky, the overcusser?
Such an ass.
Is he really?
You hate him, don't you?
I hate him. Makes so much money,
Oh, man,
too.
why don't you punch him out?
Scares me. Cusses a lot.
But
Does
what
he
can
cuss
he
a
do?
lot?
Yeah, he's intimidating because he cusses so much.
Yeah, and he will cuss at you, too.
I know.
Who else in your network? I mean, you and the overcusser?
Yeah. Obvious Man. Classic Rock Guy.
Yeah, but he's kind of on the outside looking in, isn't he?
Who?
Classic Rock
Yeah, he's
Guy.
new. He's new.
I mean, he really hadn't earned his stripes that much yet, has he?
Pretty hip, though.
You like him?
Got a good gag. Yeah, he's pretty cool.
How does he get along with the overcusser?
Got a hot girlfriend.
Does he?
Hands, yeah.
Wow.
How does he get along with the overcusser?
Can we get to this, Corby?
Oh,
Well, this
sometime today?
Corby's
Why
not
are
here.
you talking to Corby?
Corby's on break.
on break.
Corby's outside napping.
So essentially, what I do, if you haven't heard, is I'll ask a question. The guy will start to
That's
answer.
the same question over and over and over.
Oh,
right?
no, that's a redundant man of redundancy. No,
You know
that's
him
another
too?
guy. Oh, yeah, that guy's kick-ass. So I'll ask a question, and then right in the middle of it, in a very cocky manner, I'll just cut him off, interrupt him, and move on to the next question.
A lot of whatevers.
Oh, yeah, lots of that. Lots of disinterest.
I just think that, yeah.
So let us take a listen to the interrupter and Greg Ostertag. All right, we're here with Greg Ostertag, Duncanville Zone. And is it disappointing? I mean, you guys have finished so high over the last few years. Is it disappointing that you're kind of far down in the playoff hunt?
It's different, you know. Not used to being at the top, looking down at everybody, and then having to look up at every, you know.
All right, obviously, you're not into that line of questioning, so I'll go ahead and move on. Can you guys, is this the type of team that can still make some noise in the playoffs? I mean, you still got some veterans, you got some young guys. I mean, the core's still here.
We can make some noise, you know, but it's going to be tough. It's the way the Western.
Jeez, I'm sorry to interrupt you, dude, but Karl Malone is freaking huge. That dude's huge. Notice that?
He is a big boy. He's
Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, as far as the Stockton Malone thing, and this could be Stockton's swan song, does it make everything that much more special these last couple of games?
you want to try to get a championship for Stock. You know, he's been around forever. You want to try to get one for Carl. He's been around forever. It's just
You know what? Let's go back to the second question. I'm sorry, the one that I really interrupted you on the playoffs and how you guys finish and I mean.
Answer my damn question. You keep interrupting me.
Well, okay. Well, go ahead and just finish any one you want.
We can end this right now. You know, I'm trying to answer your questions. You keep interrupting me.
Okay. Let's make some noise in the playoffs. You feel that you guys can do that?
Yeah. We got a good chance. It's just I think it's more of our.
You know what? I don't even care. In the off season, what are you going to be doing in the off season? Are you going to come back here to Dallas? What are you going to do?
I'll show up a little bit, see my parents, hang out a little bit, and then you know, just worry about.
You know what? I don't think anyone cares what you're doing in the off season. That's my bad. See, that's my bad. That's my bad. Wait. Just a couple more. One or two more, okay? All right. You like living in Utah as compared to Dallas?
I'm a Texas boy. I'd rather be at home, you know. But, I mean, Utah's a nice place.
All right, that's a generic answer. Is your owner, is he pretty nuts? Like, I mean, I know he's not like Mark Cuban nuts, but he seems to be kind of living on the edge.
He lives on the edge, though, but he gets into the games, and He enjoys them. He's a big...
You know what? Do you mind if I check my cell phone?
Forget it. We're done. All right, this is over.
All right, Greg.
Wow.
Now, he must have known something was up.
Hey, well, he got up and he started walking away when he said, all right, this is it, we're done. And I was like, no, just a couple more questions. Because we were sitting down underneath the basket. And so he just started walking to the dressing room, and I was just walking with him right next to him. And then at the very end, he grabbed my mic, and he was like, we are done.
He seemed good-natured about it,
he was. He was kind of pissed, but he was laughing about it.
That's great.
And singer-dancer Paula Abdul is 40.
I'll take Paula Abdul.
Okay, George, who do you choose?
I don't know.
All right, then you're going to have to go with the default pick.
There's no default.
Come on, one
pick
of those has to be more attractive to
Felicia
you than the
Rashad,
other.
Ann Wilson, or Kathleen Turner?
I'm not playing the dumb game.
George, default will be selected.
We're just asking you which you find more attractive.
Of all those, I would find Paula Abdul the most attractive.
Okay,
It's already taken, though.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
I
Greg
took Paula
took her.
Abdul.
Okay. I think she's more attractive, too.
Okay, well then who's
So we
your
both
second
agree.
pick?
Of those three, the three left, who do you think is the most attractive? Who's the prettiest?
Kathleen Turner.
That's who
Okay.
you take?
And where are the other two?
Felicia Rashad and Ann Wilson.
So you want to double team?
Hold on, Norm. You get to choose next.
I'll say...
Norm's trying to move up to that second pick.
So you want to double team?
Hold on, Norm. You get to choose next.
I'll say...
Norm's trying to move up to that second pick.
There's a penalty flag down, and there's a Cardinal down on the 22-yard line. Wakefield is shaken up. Wakefield bounces up.
He's tough. I mean, that's what I like about that. He is tough and has been up at camp.
He got clipped, is what happened to him.
Yeah, that's just, you know, I hate to say this on the air, but that was just a chicken shit play by those offensive linemen. They're getting their butts whooped.
By the offense. Number 60 is a personal foul. 15 yards remains first down.
You know what? Mitchell clipped him, and Wakefield leaves the field, and I'm glad you said that, John.
It's chicken shit. I mean, that's where you pick out that guy's number, and next play you just drill it. I mean, that's just BS.
He's going to abbreviate that one.
You can't say BS, but if it's chicken, you can say it.
So obviously this guy must be he was a former athlete or something that was in there. He couldn't have been a broadcaster.
No, he was a former athlete, but I don't think that was his first year in the booth.
Oh, no.
How can you get...
He begins his 9th year in the booth.
Oh, God.
Wow. How do you get
9 years
that emotional to where you just feel like you can let the S-bomb fly?
Yeah.
I
You
don't
can
know.
throw away 9 years of your broadcasting career because you're so mad about this one clipping play.
All right, well, what best of emergency break would it be without the Alexi ticker from a few weeks ago?
Oh, boy.
Can we all listen to that again?
The Lakers make the call, all that and next on the ticket ticker.
Summer's here, and if you're...
Hey, have a happy summer.
Last night was a big night on the TV with the NBA having 2 games in the finals for both the East and Western Conference. The LA Lakers won over the Sacramento Kings 106-102, getting most of the calls at home, so Sacramento will probably go home, and Vlade will be happy with that. In the other final in the Eastern Conference, New Jersey and Boston. New Jersey ends the series and wins it over Boston with a 96-88 victory. Their win makes the first time they've gone to the NBA Finals without the doctor. And in baseball, we had the Rangers, who played on last night, and they played against someone that I don't know right now, but they choked against the Royals.
Oh,
and they did not win, and I don't have what's going on in that game.
And they did not win.
Also in baseball, the Astros played the Cubs yesterday and won 4-1. Mariners won because they're in the Western Conference. We're keeping up with them. They lost 8-7 to the Orioles. Also in golf going on, Greg Norman leads the Kemper Open. At age 47, he hasn't won in the last 5 years, but he has a lead, and I think he's at -10 going into the weekend where he just might choke. We're reminding you right here on Sports Radio 10 The Ticket to keep in touch with your fitness with George Dijon and the Train Station Fitness Show. And coming up next, you have the T-Box coming after that. Keep your ears listening to Sports Radio 1310 The Ticket.
What a great way to wrap that up. Keep your ears listening.
What a broadcasting disaster that was. The Alexi ticker, without question, a Hall of Fame entry to the emergency break of the week.
So what we have done for you today, courtesy of young Dan Paul, we have strung together the best of the Norm Dad Joke of the Week.
All right.
This is a Norm Dad Joke montage. All right? We've been doing this now for almost, I think, 20 weeks, which is hovering on, what, a year? 6 months or so? No, it's not a year.
A year would be 26.
It's not?
That'd be 52 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're closing in on 6 months. But we thought we'd put all this together, our favorite Norm Dad jokes, and play them for the good listener, because you can't really get enough or too much of Norm and his dad jokes. So here we are, the first 5.5 months of Norm Dad jokes.
And Jimmy, one question before we go to our callers about the Tom Hicks appearance this morning. In skiing, why do we have to attach the word downhill?
It's a good point.
What are beignets?
Funnel cakes.
Well, think of them as sort of fried sopapillas that you then put 4 pounds of powdered sugar on. And by the way, 4 pounds of powdered sugar is a lot of powdered sugar. I mean, yeah, more than once drug investigators have come by the Dumont thinking they had something there. Anyway, 2,500 dogs, 159 breeds, 7 groups, and a best of show. This is a hoot. One last thought for you guys. It's in Madison Square Garden. That's where the Knicks play. So Knicks fans have been watching a dog show now for about 4 months. Now they're saying that the French and the Russians may have formed some kind of alliance where the French would vote for the Russians last night and then the Russians would vote for the French in ice dancing. And I was just wondering, is there any chance that, like, the Schnauzer guy and the Poodle woman would form an alliance?
No. The decision process that I went through caused me to be concerned about safety for our ring officials, for the other participants in the ring, and for the citizens in the immediate area. If the activities got out of hand, I didn't want anybody being hurt.
Yeah, because Tyson's history, Bill, is anybody in the immediate area might be a snack. Bill, I appreciate it. A couple of notes for you. The station wanted me to tell you that just like last year, when David Robinson comes out and sings, in the creation of the sounds he makes, absolutely no animals were abused in the making of that sound. Also, the people at the door have informed us we officially have in the Plano Center more people than attended Montreal Expo's home games last year. You know, all those Firestone tires they had to recall because they were so incredibly defective? What'd they do with them? The turf at the Lions' new field will be lined underneath with materials taken from the recalled Firestone tires. I think that's appropriate. The Lions blow out every year. And finally, Broyles is embroiled in another controversy at the same time. This $200,000 extortion thing. We got a yes from there.
Fun times for the Hoggies. Sleepless nights for Frank Broyles. All right, we'll get out of your way.
Wait a minute.
Keith, I can't sleep.
Wait a minute. If that guy goes to court, do we call it suey pig?
Oh, gosh. All right. On that note, we welcome Norm back to the Metroplex. He's coming up.
Rocky Calm is one of those guys that, because these numbers freaks draft players, they're bigger and faster. Yeah, I understand. But he'll be on with us tomorrow, the Oklahoma linebacker. And I was telling Frito, since we have Rocky Kalmus, to go get former Bull center Tom Borwinkle so we could have Rocky and Borwinkle tomorrow. I knew Frito wouldn't say anything about that.
The sound of Frito laying out.
I knew we'd all lay out on that one.
Because of how good the big three were, Mulder, Hudson, and Zito. Wow. You know what I wished? I wished Mulder would have pitched for the Dodgers. Well. So we could have had Scully calling Mulder games. True, we would have, though. They call him Pulpo, which is Spanish for octopus, because he's got 6 fingers on each hand. A couple of years ago, when Leland was managing the Marlins, and Al Fonseca had wiggled out of a big jam and come back to the Marlins dugout, Jim Leyland said, "Hey, Popo, give me 6."
Norm, that was awful.
I thought it was clever. Give me 6. Applewhite who wore orange. Hungry? Grab a fajita. California linebacker Scott Fajita. So which do you think he is? A beef fajita or a chicken fajita? There's a fish.
You have a Morris and a Maurice.
Ooh, that's a good idea. To have who's in orange in the NFL? Tampa used to be.
Nobody anymore. The Broncos used to be.
If they could take peppers, we'd have an orange Julius.
Yeah.
I don't know, where is it? It's on a, there's a man whose given name is Little John Flowers from Michigan State. Grab an A-Truz, an ATVS, or an Algae, and the scouts say the Algae will grow on you.
Oh, green.
And forget that cheap margarine. You two can have real butter. Butter Pressey, a defensive back from Delaware. But then, who'd want a defensive back who literally has butterfingers?
Corby.
Troy Hambrick / Tony Taylor for a spot on the practice squad, if not, on the 53-man roster. He's got a couple guys he's got to beat out.
Do you figure the quarterback Samuel Clemens changes his name to Mark Twain? You know the joke's going around, Jerry, that had they done this last year, they'd have entitled this one 6 feet under. What are dry swings? Anybody have any idea what a dry swing is? That's what Juan Gonzalez has been taking.
Oh, yeah, when you swing the bat, you're not hitting the ball. You're just swinging the bat.
We got 4 guys like that at the bottom of our lineup. For 34 years, bowling was a white male sport. And all through the 34 years, all the bowling balls were black. Next.
You know, it was funny. We did have Bo sign a picture of Bo Jackson, our dog.
Did you really?
Stock, yeah. Which is
How great is that?
Yeah, we still got that.
But you didn't get a pawnature.
No, we never got a pawnature.
Bruce Seldon, who went down when Tyson hit him in the hair, still one of the great knockouts of all time. He hit him he had this sort of half afro, and Tyson hit him in the afro, and down he went. And afterwards, they took his hair to the hospital and checked it out. He was fine. Next round game. Germany 8. Saudi Arabia nothing. And they think steroids are ruining baseball? 8. That was a good 2 months for most teams in soccer. 8. What, Saudi Arabia leave their goalie home? Come by and see the Hardline Wednesday at Dillard's. Hardline at Dillard's. Let me sink in there for a minute. It's at Valley View Mall in the men's shoe department. Al Bundy will be there. Dillard's will be giving away a pair of shoes. They have given Ricky Henderson a $10,000 a month suite at the Ritz-Carlton while he's a member of the Red Sox. Life is good.
Didn't you swing that deal when you renegotiated your
Where do you
contract?
think Norm's staying in San Antonio for training camp?
Thought so.
That's the Ritz-Carlton in San Antonio.
Oh.
Hey, Corby, I gave the charity laugh on that one.
There you go.
Can I give a plug real quick?
A shout-out from Frito.
Let me tell you what, I just spent a good half hour on the phone with travel people talking about cruises.
Yes. Tom?
No.
Okay.
Who's Tom? Tom Cruise. I thought maybe you had a connection.
Penelope?
I was going to ask for your connection to the cruises.
So if Tom Cruise married Penelope Cruz, would she be Penelope Cruz?
Yes, she would.
Okay, go ahead.
But anyways.
Cruz Jr., Senior. All right, is Cobra standing by back there?
Mike, you have me?
No, Cobra, we don't.
Danny, you got me?
Yes, Mike.
Nicole, or Anna Nicole, you got me?
Huh?
Do you have me?
Huh?
Do you have me?
Did you order you something to eat?
Yeah, I did. I ordered some pizza.
Pig snot.
No, pizza.
Hon. You want to kiss me?
No, I don't want to kiss you. You're disgusting.
Come on, keep going.
Hon. Yeah, what'd you eat?
I ate pizza.
Pig snot.
No, pizza.
You want to kiss me?
No. No.
Huge ratings.
Come on.
Save that free news, Greg, okay? You're stepping on my toes here.
Right.
The Michael Irvin Show from San Antonio. It's the Michael Irvin Show from San Antonio. The Michael Irvin Show from San Antonio. The Michael Irvin Show from San Antonio. It's the Michael Irvin Show from San Antonio. The Michael Irvin Show from San Antonio.
The 3:17 is the time. 17 minutes past 3 p.m. That is Central Daylight Time. This is Sports Radio 1310, The Ticket. And this is the Hard Line. Back intact in its standard form. I would be Mike Reiner.
I would be Greg Williams.
Heidi.
Hello.
Well, it is Wednesday. We've had 2 days of programming chaos here on the radio station caused by Dallas Desperados football and the things we had to do in order to kowtow to it and make sure that you all got to hear Dallas Desperados football Monday night here on the Little Ticket.
And right now we go down on the field, talk with Joe Avizano, who joins us. As we were just talking, Joe, some missed opportunities, but 5-point differential at halftime. Your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, I think the thing that hurt you the most, two things come to mind when we fumbled when our lineman hit Andy on the 4-yard line, caused ourselves to fumble. That was a big play. And then I think when I got the penalty and moved us back 10 more yards on the field goal, I don't think that was a good play. Although I know what I was arguing about was correct. The official wouldn't let us snap the ball, and that's bullshit. However, I still shouldn't have got the penalty. Now, we're in this thing. We have hurt ourselves more than they have hurt us. And if we'll just settle down, we'll have a good second half and have every chance to win.
Thanks, Joe. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
That's Joe Avizano, who said he was trying to throw in a bull chip, and it didn't work out.
Right.
And
well, those bull chips are hard to throw in. I mean, they're tough.
You know, I thought that was strange. The clock was stopped at 4:11, and it was as if they were holding it, and then they haul off and call delay a game. It was odd.
It was odd, but you got to
can't
be
get the penalty. No.
In a situation like that where you need points out of the situation, you just can't afford to get that penalty. And I mean, he was really asking for it. I mean, he was way on the field. He was almost to the hash marks.
So we go to halftime here at the Allstate Arena with our score. The Chicago Rush 29 and the Dallas Desperados 24. Our halftime show with stats and scores with Johnny Sponsor coming up next.
There is some film out there, some CD 8mm film with Danny double teaming and high-fiving.
No, there's not. Never did that.
That's right. That was done back in the Sahara rain era.
No,
Yep.
that never happened.
I guarantee you someone has that.
No.
So you want to double team? You and Norm? Hey, there are other radio personalities here in town that is said to exist of.
Yes, sir.
What, the porn vid?
Yes, that's right. Certainly are.
Man on man?
Yes, that's
And
right.
Ryder, all the TV that you missed out on, don't think that there's not something of you out there, too.
Oh, there's definitely none of me.
Oh. In the 70s?
You just can't see anything because of all the gray Brillo hair.
That's all it is.
That's all it is. It's just a big fur ball.
Oh, believe me, you can see something.
Back when love was disease-free.
Yes.
And video cameras were brand new.
That's right.
They weighed as much as those 800-pound VCRs, and you're dragging them around while you're mounting some fat ass.
They're having fun out here on the concourse, I'll tell you that.
Boy, they sure are. They sure are. Especially all these kids.
All you see in the Reiner video are these two gigantic white cheeks of some gigantic woman.
And then as Gordo once put it, it looks like a python fell out of a condor's nest.
Reiner's focused on the renegade nipple hair. You just see that just curling out. Gross.
Well, if I see that, I lose interest immediately. I am out. All right, 6:46 here on Sports Radio 1310, The Ticket.